All right, we have some breaking inputs coming in the Kerala gold smuggling case. Republic has now accessed details of chats between the ex-secretary to Chief Minister Sivasankar and his CA. In fact, these chats are from the day when Swapna Suresh was arrested. These chats show that Sivasankar told his chartered accountant to leave the city. This is the latest breaking inputs coming in of chats that we have now accessed, which clearly shows this conversation between Sivasankar and his CA. Let's go across to my colleague Ashwin now joining us with more on this. Ashwin, these chats in a way reveal as to how, in a way, he was advising his CA to leave the city and not interact with the media.
Absolutely, Richa. I want to bring this attention to this particular aspect. In the chat, he very particularly says, just keep quiet. If possible, go out of the city and go to Nagarkoil, which is a city in Tamil Nadu. So this is a chat which he has sent. And across this chat, there are various other instances where Sivasankar is clearly advising his own CA what to do next. And there's another chat which he says, don't worry about it. You will maximum what you will just be a witness to what has happened. So Sivasankar clearly knows the track where the agencies will go, how all the processes of the investigation is, and these chats which we have accessed clearly reveals that Sivasankar is has played a big role in it. And Richa, I also want to add, it was just 5 days ago the ED submission made in the court during the very intense fight in the court, where the ED ASG clearly said Sivasankar is one of the main person in this play and Swapna is just a pawn. So this particular message which ED had submitted in the court, where he's categorically said Sivasankar has played a big role and rest of them is a pawn, is clearly now exposed by what this chat what Republic TV has access now. He is clearly advising his own chartered accountant what to do next. He's sharing what media is talking about, and then he says that the media is talking about this, you don't worry about it. Such chats clearly reveal the man who he really is. Chief Minister's office, the private secretary of Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan is doing this. Chief Minister's private secretary and the principal secretary of IT has been completely, thoroughly exposed by this information which has come forward. Richa.
In fact, Ashwin, if we take a close look at these chats, in one of the lines, he speaks about how, at the best, they may hear you as a witness. So, in a way, he was planning the entire thing and anticipating what will be the next step that might happen now that the news has broken out in the media. And that's the reason, in a way, he was also suggesting his chartered accountant to leave the city.
Absolutely, Richa. This is what I mean. Again, it puts the onus on Sivasankar, and it clearly indicates that Sivasankar is actually had taken up this whole operation, and everybody is just a face of it at the behest of Sivasankar, and many people are just playing. We had earlier also discussed, Richa, that even me.
All right, Ashwin, stay with us. Joining me on this broadcast is MK. Sir, thank you so much for joining us. Your first reaction to the entire thing. We have accessed these chats and details of these chats between the ex-secretary to Chief Minister and Sivasankar and his CA. These chats are from the day when Swapna Suresh was arrested, and they show how Sivasankar told his chartered accountant to leave the city.
Yeah, it's absolutely correct. Day before yesterday, the Enforcement Directorate has argued before the court that the kingpin of the corruption or the transaction is none other than the Principal Secretary to the Chief Minister and the Private Secretary to the Chief Minister of Kerala, Mr. Sivasankar. And it has also been revealed in the court by the Enforcement Directorate, that is Additional Solicitor General Advocate Sri Raju has openly argued in the court that even it is being stated that he is directed to the chartered accountant with whom the joint locker account has been opened by the prime culprit Swapna Suresh as directed by Sri Sivasankaran. Sivasankaran has directed the chartered accountant to leave the state so as to avoid the interrogations by the media. This is the revelation made by the Enforcement Directorate day before yesterday. And it is astonishing to note that more higher political officials especially even one MLA belongs to the Left Democratic Front, has also been involved. That is the deposition of Sandeep Nayar's wife. I forgot her name. She has stated before the Enforcement Directorate that MLA, member of the Legislative Assembly, is also involved in the case, and the kingpin of corruption is the Private Secretary to the Chief Minister and the Principal Secretary of the Chief Minister's office. All these things reveal that all these things were done. And it is also being stated in the court that Swapna Suresh is only a pawn and the real benefit is Mr. Sivasankar, and he is only the face. The entire transaction or all these things were done by Mr. Sivasankar. That means the political responsibility of the Chief Minister in Kerala is absolutely evident from all these positions which has come out before the court of law and the arguments advanced by the Enforcement Directorate.
All right, N.K. Premchandran, thank you so much for joining us here on Republic TV. And Swapna Suresh, remember viewers, was arrested on the 11th of July from Bengaluru. And this chat shows as to how Sivasankar is advising his CA, that is Chartered Accountant, to run away, to make an escape. And this is certainly, in a way, a big twist in the Kerala coal smuggling scam.